Welcome to the Josh Show, the only show on YouTube with 3 different backgrounds. I'm Josh, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm still recovering from bronchitis and influenza A, and my voice is a little bit wonky today. That's why I've got my matcha tea here, but I'll try to do my best. As you may already know, the Josh Show is dedicated to covering the biggest news of a couple of months ago. It's true, we always come late to every single story, but there is a reason for that. Research. And by the research, obviously, I mean, do you know what Gabbie Hanna does, gathering facts and information?
I really, genuinely care about what I'm putting out there to my fans. And I sample everything, and I make sure it's something that I would buy, because as a 27-year-old woman, I like to gather facts and information and actually know what I'm talking about before I speak on something.
Okay, the opposite of that. And why do I do all this work? Because I don't want anyone to waste their money. Not because I was once poor and lived in a barn in the outskirts of Mumbai. I was actually born from the right white European vagina. But I see people struggling everywhere, and all I can do to help you is to give you all the information I have to avoid being scammed. And I feel like I wouldn't be doing a good job if I only came here and repeat whatever I've seen, read, or heard on YouTube or Twitter. Research is important, and it takes time. And it seems like we love and respect news backed by good research so much that only allow it to be conducted by the likes of Alex Jones, the guy that believes the government is putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay, or Kimstar, most loved and hated modern living caveman on YouTube, or John Kuckian, the guy that calls himself a good investigator and calls his Chinese products cruelty-free only because no one has ever found traces of dogs in it. So this is how much we respect good research and the complexity of it. YouTubers are constantly producing videos on a daily basis. Take this tweet by Einabber, posted on the 20th of December 2018. Hi, can someone explain me this Gabbie show drama to me, lol, without sending a video to watch? Followed by this other tweet asking his followers to do exactly what he didn't want them to do in his previous message. Can someone be a hero and link the story of Gabbie Hanna promoting the makeup company? Kiss. Followed by hungry, not tired, and I love anime. To which I say, eat, wait until you're 30, and who cares, Hanna, but why so many tweets? Followed by a 26-minute video only 2 days later. And I freaking hate that, because my bad English and my laziness don't allow me to do that. Every time I start doing something, I always remember I have to change the water of the aquarium, although all my fish are dead. But my daughter doesn't know it, so I just pretend we still have them. Or I remember that I have to remove all the bugs outside from the trees because I don't like using chemicals, especially with my kid around. Or that white wall is just beautiful to watch. And I'm talking about this because while researching into Gabbie Hanna and Kenza Cosmetics, I found a lot of little mistakes pushed out by big YouTubers like Marky and repeated by all the others. Because everyone trusts each other. And this is a wonderful thing, don't get me wrong. But it also means that nobody really researches anything. And in this long episode, I will try to answer all the questions about this mess. Too often, small things get blown out of proportion when they are presented to us, the viewers. For instance, it was claimed that Kenza Cosmetics copied and pasted their terms of service, privacy policy, and what was that, refund policy? And it's kind of correct, except for it's not technically true, because no one actually copied any of those things, nor pasted them on their websites. And to understand that, to find out what was really going on, we decided to examine those websites and found out that all of them have the same mother, Shopify. Although everything pointed us towards that direction, we decided to double check and recreate a website using Shopify. And it turns out everyone has the same terms of service, privacy policy, and refund policies, because Shopify offers templates to their customers. And look, just because those things are offered by Shopify and everybody has them, doesn't necessarily mean that those things are automatically bad. Yeah, okay, VHS and makeup don't really match together, but this is something that whoever is reporting it to you should probably tell you and explain you, because otherwise we risk to ridicule all the other companies that have decided to use Shopify's templates but have nothing to do with scams and use Shopify only to sell their products. Like my favorite Shopify website, Zombie Lawn Gnomes, a shop dedicated entirely to selling zombie gnomes. Favorite product title? Lawn of the Dead. So, never judge a website by their copied terms of services or policies, but by the way they are implemented. And guess who's got those very same templates? The shop where you can buy electric cigarettes, pictures of women that chewed felty pens, and fancy cocaine. I don't know, but that's what I see. I don't know anything about makeup. Yes, by researching into Kenza Cosmetics, we found out that John Kuckian... you thought that John Kuckian would have never popped out in this story? Think again, because John Kuckian is like herpes. You think you're safe and then boom, you realize that lipsticks made in toilets or sinks are never a good idea to use. So yes, we also found out that Kuckian's website is also built using Shopify. So, now that we've talked about the most innocent of the problems, let's try to understand what has really been going on. Basically, we all know the official story. Gabbie Hanna and Tana Mongeau, some of your favorite YouTubers, took a sponsorship by a company called Kenza Cosmetics and they advertised it on their Instagram accounts. Kenza Cosmetics is like a makeup website, except for they don't actually sell makeup, they only sell makeup brushes and makeup bags, and yeah, that's it. These two things. They only sell two things. And if you don't know what a sponsorship is, basically it works this way. The slimy company contacts the affected YouTuber and say, "Hey, if I give you $10,000, would you advertise my products? They're amazing!" And the affected YouTuber says, "Sure, I'd love to." Slimy company then goes to another defected YouTuber because since they haven't been caught, they have started assuming all YouTubers are brain damaged and would sell their mothers for any amount of money. So why not try again? They find another desperate YouTuber and say, "Hello, defected YouTuber, you're amazing, we love you, we sell makeup brushes. We've been here all along." And the affected YouTuber says, "Oh wow! Sponsorship drops like a flies whenever I'm around." So slimy company sends them money, and the affected YouTuber tells their followers how amazing the company is and everybody's happy. Until people stop being happy and accuse defected YouTuber and slimy company to be scam artists. And I understand that unhappy customers and scammers are basically everywhere. But this story is a little bit different for one main reason. Gabbie Hanna, who told her followers to buy something from a company she knew nothing about, then blamed their followers for being scammed, repeated the fairy tale that those brushes were really good, which they are not, apologized, then decided to get interviewed by INAB and contradicting herself every 2 minutes. So, what happened? Kenza Cosmetics sold a story that they had a wonderful promotion and that everything was for free, only for an unlimited amount of time. And that sounded amazing because everyone wants free stuff. And also because the original price was between $70 and $80. So everyone thought to get a good deal out of it. But the truth is that those brushes are pure manure, or as they say in France, fumier. But what some of you don't know is that, yes, that's a scam, a legal scam, but also a well-known marketing trick. And to understand this trick, we need to move away from Kenza Cosmetics and visit another one of those wonderful companies to better understand how it works. The company in question this time is located in London. Not the most famous of all Londons, the one everybody knows, in Serbia, but the one right off the coast of North Europe, in the lesser-known island of Great Britain. There is a company called Ottega London. They sell watches, rings, bracelets, glasses, and they too give stuff away just like Kenza Cosmetics. But if you look very carefully to their Facebook page, you will notice that they give free stuff away once every 2 Facebook posts. Something that has been happening since the first day they learned how to sell overpriced Chinese stuff online. The end of 2016. Let me show you. June 2018, free sterling silver ring. February 2018, collection in Valentine's rings at full price. They know people are idiots and will spend any amount of money to get laid. Yet, a month earlier, on the 10th of January 2018, free rings. April 2017, full price watch. And in February 2017, free twin skull leather bracelets. In February 2017, watch collection post, and in November 2016, free watches, and so on. Basically, they convince you that there is a promotion on overpriced goods and tell you that you will only pay for the shipping fees, but in reality, you actually pay more than that. And where does all this stuff, no matter the company, comes from? Of course, China! And how do I know that? From this crooked ring, this wonderful watch that broke only after 2 days, this unique mega watch, and their website. Yeah, in the contact section, that is actually not a real contact section, it's just an FAQ page. Because they would never want you to know how to contact them, they say. Question: where will my order be dispatched from? Answer: all orders are dispatched from our warehouse in Asia. This allows us to skip out any unnecessary overheads and pass out our discounts directly to customers. Asia? Well, but at least they tell you the truth. John Kuckian, learn. But you see, there is a problem, because although they are being honest with the location, that's not their warehouse. That's just a plain lie. Because all the things you buy from these kind of companies, especially on Shopify, come from the producer's warehouse in China. The same manufacturer that will take your order from Ottega, Kuckian or Kenza Cosmetics and send you whatever you've ordered. I know you still have so many questions, and one of those are, what are these companies? How can they do this and get away with it? And the answer to all these questions is pretty simple. Unfortunately, there are not many regulations to make sure these companies behave accordingly. The truth is that Kuckian Cosmetics, Kenza Cosmetics or Ottega London and all these other companies are drop shipping companies. Drop shipping is a supply chain management method in which the retailer doesn't keep goods in stock, but instead transfers the customer orders and shipment details to either the manufacturer, another retailer, or a wholesaler, who then ships the goods directly to the customers, and they simply take a cut of what have been sold. Basically, the whole Shopify platform is a drop shipping scheme. And it's not me saying that. Don't look at me like that. It's Shopify. They teach you how to do it.
Many people shy away from starting an online store because of the initial startup costs. But imagine if someone offered to pay your upfront inventory costs on thousands of items and managed all your shipping and fulfillment operations for you. Well, it'd be much easier to get started, and you could run your business from anywhere in the world. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not, if you know about dropshipping. 4, it's a trusted model. You might be thinking that this sounds like some sketchy fly-by-night model, but it's not. Plenty of online stores and even major retailers use dropshipping as a way to offer a wider variety of products to their customers without having to deal with increased inventory hassles. How do I find dropshipping wholesalers? Well, first off, in the United States, most suppliers will ask you for your business EIN number and a copy of your state sales tax or resale certificate. So you may want to consider having your legal ducks in a row before contacting suppliers. However, this isn't always the case, so there's no reason why you can't start contacting dropshipping suppliers immediately. Now, if you already know what products you'd like to dropship, contacting the original manufacturer is the easiest way to find qualified distributors. Not all distributors will be willing to dropship, but it will give you a list to follow up with. Unfortunately, the market is littered with scams and low-quality information. If you do decide to invest in a directory, we recommend the paid directory Worldwide Brands as a reputable source to find dropshipping wholesalers. However, it's still very important to exercise caution. Additionally, if you're using Shopify, you can access a variety of apps in our App Store, which will connect you directly with reputable dropshippers. I've linked to a few of these in the description of this video. 1. There will be lots of competition and weaker margins. It's true. Products that can be dropshipped will often spawn a lot of competition. Usually this leads to cutthroat pricing and diminishing profit margins, making it hard to build a viable business. To be successful, you typically can't compete on price. Instead, you'll have to offer value in a different way, usually through top-notch product education, service, or selection. 2. Syncing inventory is difficult and leads to out-of-stock items. The best way to mitigate this problem is by working with multiple suppliers with overlapping product lines. It's inherently dangerous to rely on a single supplier. Having 2 suppliers doubles the likelihood that you'll have an item in stock and available for shipment. Many sophisticated suppliers offer real-time product feed, and you can use services like Ecom Hub to easily sync your Shopify website with the warehouse. 3. It's hard to sell products you never see. However, in today's world, it's possible to become an expert in just about everything through information online. Selling products from manufacturers with detailed websites will allow you to become intimately familiar with the product line without ever having touched a physical item. And when you do need to answer a specific question about a product, a quick call to your manufacturer or supplier will give you just the answer you need. You can also buy your most popular items to get acquainted with them and then resell them as used or refurbished, often recouping most of your investment.
Most, if not all the things you buy from these companies cost literally nothing because they come from China. And companies like Kuckian, Ottega London or Kenza overcharge you for things they don't even see. And if they do, they have little, if not nothing to do with. So, whatever you buy from these people is not as high quality as they want you to believe. And their price doesn't reflect their value. All dropshipping companies, differently from all the other companies, have one and only one main goal: margin profit. So now a new question arises. Okay, those products are not as valuable as they want you to believe, but how can they make a profit if you only pay for the shipping? Occam's razors, also called the law of economy. The simplest of the answers is often the correct one, meaning they make a profit out of your shipping fees. How? Well, again, with the simplest of the answers. They're scamming you. Okay. Let me explain you. Now, let's go back to Kenza Cosmetics. This is only one of the many users that complain their shopping fees costed $35, while many others complained that their shopping fees was $10. We checked the addresses from where all those brushes came from and decided to contact the nearest China's post office to those addresses, assuming to be one of those post offices the people that shipped those brushes used, and asked them how much would the heaviest Kenza package that we found, which is roughly 850 grams, would have costed from China to the US. And they told us that the price could be roughly between 80 and 120 Chinese yuan, roughly between $12 and $17, but also told us that in China companies can end up paying as little as 50 Chinese yuan, roughly $5-7 or even less. But we wanted to double check to make sure that we had the right information. And when we went to the Chinese website, we found roughly the same prices. So if a company like Kenza Cosmetics, Kuckian or Ottega London tell you that you will only have to pay for the shipping fees and then charge you $35-10, they can potentially be making between $3 and $20 in profit for doing nothing. Remember, Kenza, Kuckian and Ottega don't have anything in their warehouses, mainly because they don't have warehouses. They don't keep anything in their houses, just a computer with which they built a website on Shopify that they haven't really built because that's just a software offered by Shopify. The only thing that they did was to put the prices over some pictures. A process that takes about an hour, and I know it because we did it. And then start reselling overpriced stuff they don't even produce. They don't go to the post office, they don't produce anything, they don't send anything. They just get the money off of you. And at this point, I know you could argue that every company out there is basically doing the same thing. And you are technically right, because when you go to an Adidas shop, you buy things that come from China. Probably by the same people that built those brushes. But the company is invested in the design, manufacturing, and marketing of those products. They don't just resell you something that is not theirs and they have nothing to do with. When you buy things from their website, you don't receive packages with a China Post stamp on it. They have real warehouses in your country, an office, and a real phone number you can call. So I like to think that that high price, even though it's very high, is somehow justified. And I'm talking about real operating offices and phone numbers you can call, because that's one of the clues you should always look for before buying things from an online shop. I mean, if 1 in 10 creams is Kuckian's semen, and if 1 in 20 brushes sold by Kenza Cosmetics is a toothbrush, I'm pretty sure you like to have a phone number and someone to shout at right after you've scratched your corneas with the toothbrush or John's semen. Now, I want you to listen to Mandy Ashley, I don't know how to pronounce it, when one of Kuckian's products burnt her lips.
So today's video is going to be a first impression / review of the brand new Kuckian lip kits, I guess. I don't even know what you'd call them. I have two here. They're not lip kits. He doesn't call them lip kits. I'm just calling it that because it's like a kit with lip stuff in it. I don't know. That's what I'm going to call it. So the brand new Kuckian lip kits or liquid lipsticks. So I definitely feel like it's a bit patchy. The feel of it on my lips is actually alright, but it did dry really fast. It does feel a little bit sticky, but that could be because it hasn't dried down yet. Definitely very patchy. I'm just going to take this off because it's really not feeling very nice on the lips. Oh, okay, what the f? I just took that liquid lipstick off and it's literally like really hurting over here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me bring it closer. All here has all these little bumps and it's really hurting. And my lips were fine before this and it's all like white here. Okay. Ow. It's happening up here too. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really fucking hurting and it's like burning. I've never had this sort of reaction with anything before. That's so weird. Should I do the second one? Because I'm really scared that like I've had a reaction. It's only my top lip too. Like my top lips are on the side. And I know it's nothing else that I've used on my lips because I use all these products that I've used on my face and that I use on my lips every day, and that never happens, so I know that it's nothing else causing it. I'm just really shocked right now. I don't know what to do, or should I keep going? I don't know. But I was really excited for these because they're so pretty and I don't want like any hate or anything. It's really hurting. Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna do the second one, and if the second one does something to me, I'm literally out of here, like, see ya.
Now, I don't really know what chemicals were inside the lipstick, but semen allergy can cause that. But apart from making that video, Maddie had nothing else to do, had no options, because Kuckian doesn't have a real address and doesn't have a phone number. I actually talked about the problem of companies hiding their addresses and giving you no phone numbers in a video shot about a year ago when I talked about John Kuckian's Kuckian Cosmetics. Here's a clip of that video. Now, both companies, the Kuckian Ltd and the Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd, are listed on the companieshouse.co.uk website, and there I found something quite interesting. Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd is legally located at 3537 Ludgate Hill in London, while the website says that it is at the 58 Low Friar Street in Newcastle. Now, when we looked into it, we actually found out that their address, the Ludgate Hill address, belongs to Red Offices Ltd and used by companies like the Moving Hubs, companies that offer virtual addresses, meaning the company is not located in London. We tried to contact one of these two companies, but they told us they've never heard of Kuckian Ltd nor Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd, but advised us to call the reception. So we called the reception and they told us... Okay, is there like a Kuckian Cosmetics over there?
I don't recognise the company name, no.
No. Okay, then thank you so much.
Alright,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna show you now through the .gov.uk website, the most reliable source of information at the moment for obvious reasons, how many companies are at that very same address, Office 7, 3537 Ludgate Hill, London. Now keep in mind, this is a very small building, only 3 floors, yet we found 375 companies listed at that Office 7, just like Mary Poppins' magic bag, small but of infinite space. But when we looked for Kuckian Ltd or Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd, we found Nothing. But I wanted to be wrong, so I decided to call all the 375 companies and ask whether anyone there has ever heard of Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd. But none of those companies share their phone number. Just like Kuckian Ltd. and Kuckian Cosmetics Ltd. Fishy, to say the least. But to be fair, this is not a big deal because the viewer's customer's primary source of information is the website, and the website says that Kuckian Cosmetics is located in Newcastle. So let's focus on that. So what about the Newcastle address listed on the website? Now, Kuckian Ltd. is too located in Newcastle, in that Newcastle address. But when we went to check their address, we found out that their address belongs to our mailboxes, etc. And at this point we were completely confused because the legal papers said that these two companies are located in virtual addresses. So we decided to call that mailboxes, etc. office and ask. And it turns out Kuckian is not even there anymore. All these companies behave the same way. Now, before we go to Kenza Cosmetics, let's see Ottega London's. Public records show that Ottega London is owned by Christopher Jenkins, and its correspondence address is not the address of the shop. This is the correspondence address, which is at the 7175 Sheldon Street, Covent Garden, London. But when we went to check the Sheldon Street address, we found out that the address was home of Garden Studio, a serviced office where people can buy, rent, and register their company at their address, just like the trick used by Kuckian Cosmetics. So, if you got scammed by Ottega London on Kuckian Cosmetics, what should you do? The first thing you should always do is to report the loss of money, or the fraud or scam, whatever you want to call it, to your credit card company. And then, for the UK, call the insolvency services at this number. They will investigate and make reports of all the directors' misconduct and give you all possible information you can use then to sue them. A company that doesn't want to tell you where they are suspiciously located, and they give you the same exactly address used by 375 other companies, raises immediate red flags for me. And frankly, I think someone by now should have given Kuckian an answering machine where to receive all the complaints. Except, don't worry, we've already done that.
What if you have a problem? What if your lipstick was just paint? What if an eyeshadow was a black marker? And what if you wait for makeup your entire life? Forever. It's Peter's fault. Peter is a pedo and Margot girl, she's crazy. She lives in a room without windows and this is disgusting. Please leave your message after the beep. Wait a little bit more. Wait. No, nothing. This is not your lucky day. Call back later. Au revoir. Kuckian.
Okay. I promise you, that answering machine was really overloaded, like John Kuckian's website. That's not a scam. Now, although we know what to do with British companies like Kuckian's and Ottega, with Kenza, we encountered another problem. We had no name, we knew nothing about the owner nor the company until we decided to really look into it. And what I'm about to show you, although very hidden, is actually public. And it's vital if you get scammed. The truth is, Kenza Cosmetics is not itself a company. It's just a website. The company behind Kenza Cosmetics is actually called Guinot Marketing Agency, owned and operated by one person, Mr. I don't remember. Mr. Quentin Girard Tragot Guinot. Something like that. And the Guinot Marketing Agency has even a website, the GMA Marketing.ch, which is basically it. That's it. There's one page. That's it. That's the whole website. That's it. But apparently it's coming soon. Just like Mr. Guinaut is coming soon to the address where he registered the company. Why am I saying that? Because when we checked the public records of that company, we found out that the company is actually located here. But from December to January, no one has ever answered any of our 137 phone calls. And it turns out that Mr. Guinaut officially doesn't even live in that place. We know who lives here. But no one has ever answered our phone calls. No one. So, if you get scammed by Kenza Cosmetics, aka Guinaut Marketing Agency, what should you do? What can you do? That's a good question. And I have the answer. Now, because the company is located in a country where I bet almost no one of you lives in, we had to find the office where the Guinaut Marketing Agency was registered to find out whether the guy is actually real. And if so, why is he registered his name at an address where he doesn't live at or operates in? And to do so, we had to get in touch with the Département Fédéral de Justice et Police, the Office Fédéral de la Justice, and the Registre du Commerce. Man, my French rocks today. And this is what they told us. I have a problem with a company registered in your region. I cannot find the number of this company. I cannot find the person, the owner of this company, and we received something like about 20 complaints of a scam. So, and it is registered in your region. The company is called the Guinaut Marketing Agency.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, Guinaut is spelled G-U-I-N-O-T. Guinaut.
M like Marcia or N like Nadia?
Like Nadia.
Okay. So G-U-I-N
O-T.
O-T, thanks.
Guinaut Marketing Agency.
Yes, it's an individual enterprise that is registered.
Yeah, but the problem is that we receive like a huge amount of complaints that they are selling goods from China as a drop business, a drop company business. But when we looked into it, we could not find either the person, and the address where it is registered is not a house. We keep on calling, but the house is registered under someone else's name. So
when you go to the other address of this company,
yes,
the company doesn't exist at this address?
No, it doesn't seem it exists. The phone rings, but the address is registered under someone else's name. I can tell you, well, it's not, one second, I'm gonna tell you exactly who's registered under. Sorry about that, 1 second. So the house belongs to.
That those person live in there.
Okay, those person live in there. Okay, yeah, right. So this person, basically, the person that registered the company is not at their address, right? Otherwise, it should result.
I have no idea. I should
Okay.
go. I would have to go there and see if there is something, but we don't do that.
Okay.
What I can do is write a letter at this address and see if it's returned by the post office. If it's returned by the post office, then we will contact Mr. Guinaut
Okay.
at his personal address.
Yeah.
And that's all what we can do.
I have also noticed that the person here hasn't left any phone number. Is it normal?
Register, we don't register the phone numbers.
Okay, but when people, sorry, I'm sorry for asking you so many things, but I have all these people asking. So my question is, when people register the company with your office, do they come there in person? Do they check the ID,
Yes.
passport? So
Yes,
you are
come
sure
in
that this person
person,
exists?
Yeah, of course. They have to come in person, show the identity card or the passport, so we can legalize their signature. So yes, they come in person in our office.
Okay, now, for people living in the US and outside Switzerland, in Europe, when they come in contact with these kind of companies that are allegedly scamming people because they pay and never receive the goods, what can people do to
Can make a complaint, but not at our office, at the police.
at the police in Switzerland?
Yes.
Okay, do you have like a consumer office, a consumer company that protects, I don't know, an entity that protects the consumer in Switzerland?
Not sure about that. Okay, you can go on. There is a website.
Yeah.
It's an association that protects the
Consumers.
rights of the consumers.
Oh, wonderful.
It's called Fédération
Fédération, yeah.
Romande
Okay.
des consommateurs.
The consumateur. Okay, great. So people go there and explain whatever they have to explain, and they will.
How it works.
Okay,
I
then.
have no idea how it works. You should just check the website and see what they say, or maybe call them.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye
If
bye.
you have other questions, just don't hesitate to call.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Have a
Bye
nice
bye.
day.
Bye bye.
So, if you want to report any legal activity or unfair business practice by Kenza Cosmetics, the first thing you should do is to call your credit card company and the Fédération Romande des Consommateurs at this number or visit their website. Now, you might think, oh, finally we know what to do if we get scammed by Kenza Cosmetics. But it's not over yet, because this is my first video after a year, and I wanted to make sure to go that extra mile to cover everything. So we know where these companies are, how to recognize a fraud, what to do, who to call, and who to blame. Blame always this guy, always this guy, always him. It's always him. Yet we know nothing about the people that made those brushes. Literally, we know nothing about the people that put together all the pieces. The producer, the manufacturer. We only know that those brushes come from China. So we looked into it and found all the producers of all the brushes, bags, or whatever we found of those manufacturers, and tried to answer all those questions. Do the people that bought those brushes, paid for companies, for factories where people actually work in squalid conditions? Are they underpaid? Are they minors? Is the building where they work dirty, dangerous? Is Kuckian really there jerking off on creams? Well, we managed to have someone on the ground in China and get inside all of those factories and record the conditions in which these people really work. Here's a 30-second clip chosen of hours and hours of videos we've collected of what we found. We were actually very surprised. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is actually the only good news out of all this mess. The conditions are pretty good. Yes, people do a repetitive job. Maybe they get paid a salary that we consider very, very low, but in China is okay. But they assured us that they don't work 20 hours a day. maybe 19, but not 20. And they work in a clean, not overcrowded environment. And because I've seen all of the other videos, I can promise you, these Chinese factories you bought the products from have more work ethics than Kuckian, Ottega or Kenza combined.